Kentucky Senator Rand Paul says that he'll be introducing an amendment to the reauthorization of FISA to protect Americans from surveillance. Here's that exclusive interview with One America's John Hines.
Well, the Foreign Intelligence Court was set up in the 1970s, ostensibly to spy on foreigners. I don't have a problem with that, but I do have a problem with this foreign court being used to spy on Americans. This is what happened to the Trump campaign. This is the investigation that got started with the FBI has now been found out to have lied 17 times to get a warrant on Carter Page. I don't think this court should be used on Americans, so I'll be introducing an amendment, and I've talked to the president about this. My amendment will simply say that the FISA court, the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Court, should not be used on Americans. And I think that was the intention in the beginning. So I don't think it's a very radical idea, but I think it's a very necessary reform that we no longer let this secret foreign court where you don't get a lawyer, you don't even get really notified that you're even in court. It's all done in secret. It shouldn't be used on Americans.
You very famously opposed the appointment of John Brennan to be the CIA director. During the Obama administration, you had a filibuster, as I recall, in the Senate for 13 hours or so. So that was essentially the same reason you were prescient in signaling abuses potentially at that time. How far would you be willing to go in this instance to change the FISA law as it's currently written?
The first thing I've done is to try to let the president know that there are people in his administration arguing to reauthorize this without any reforms. And when I talk to the president about that, he's not so excited that members of his administration have been up here lobbying us to pass this without any kind of legislative reforms. I think the president's on our side, and I think you want to win a battle up here. Having the president on your side is important. It's also important that I've been allied for years with Democrats on the other side on this issue. There's been Democrats and Republicans who think that your privacy should be protected. I'm hoping they will see beyond the politics of this and not see this as defending President Trump, but potentially defending the next president, if the next president were a Democrat, from abuses from maybe Republican partisans in the intelligence community. But if you look at John Brennan since he's left office, or James Clapper, these people who had this immense power to spy on not only foreigners but Americans, they've turned out to be very, very partisan, very, very biased in their worldview. So I think it's a danger to give anybody this much power over investigating Americans. The CIA isn't supposed to investigate Americans. I think John Brennan abused that and used foreign intelligence agencies to spy on the Trump campaign as well. Whether that ever comes out, we'll see. But I think John Brennan's guilty of a lot of things, and really he should come before a tribunal at some point.
Would you consider taking to the Senate floor in a similar act of filibustering?
Yeah, I'll do whatever it takes, and we're not going to let them have this easy. We're not going to give it to them easy. There's some people saying, oh, they're going to stick the clean reauthorization with no reforms on coronavirus money because coronavirus money will probably be overwhelmingly popular. I'm hoping they don't do that. If they do, it shows just how what terrible people they are if they're willing to do that to avoid reform. But the good news is I think we have President Trump on our side, but we also have a bipartisan Republican-Democrat coalition that goes back many years that said the FISA court has too much power.
Senator Rand Paul, whatever it takes.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good to talk to you.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One American News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One American News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.